Viewer listener discretion is advised. The majority of the content of this program is not factual. It is highly advised that it not be used for teaching your children from said content, other than making an example out of the hosts of what they should not grow up to be. Remember this, it's the beer talking.
Welcome to the truth about beer.
All the crap that we're interested in. Searching for the truth. Exploring the unexplained. Investigating the paranormal. Subscribe now.
Hit the alert
button so you don't miss an episode.
Ow!
Welcome to the truth about
beer.
And welcome.
What's up, everybody?
Hey, we just got schooled like 20 minutes before the show started.
We did.
So we learned something new. Huh? Exactly. So
there we go. I couldn't get Rumble to work, but it's working.
Did it change on Rumble?
I don't know. It didn't. I didn't see it.
Okay.
It didn't put a thumbnail.
So if you missed the original thumbnail, we had to change it because an actual Irish person schooled us on
Irishman
on St. Patrick's Day or St. Paddy's Day.
Paddy's Day.
St. Paddy's Day.
Yes.
Paddy's Day. It's never Patty's Day
because that's patty cake.
It can be Patrick, but it can't be Patty. It has to be
Paddy.
Paddy.
Isn't that pate?
So it has to be this.
Yes.
And we're so sorry if we offended anybody.
I was offended. I'm just kidding.
Easily, aren't you?
Now you're talking.
Exactly. Oh, man. What a day.
Oh, yeah.
It's been a fun day.
It's been a fun couple of weeks.
It really has. So we went out to the desert today and did some more shooting on the movie, which was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And if you have not joined our Patreon page yet, you might want to do it because we're putting a lot of behind the scenes footage from the filming of the movie on our Patreon page. You have to be a Patreon member to see it. You're a top tier member and you get all access to
our behind the scenes. Kind of look like that, right?
Footage. Yes, it looks just like that. So go check that out. You guys will definitely appreciate it. We have a lot of content on there too for our members. So you'll get a lot of behind the scenes stuff, not just the movie, but that too. Also want to give out a quick shout out to our sponsor, Project Y. Why? Why? Because we care.
Whoops. What happened there?
Oh, you double clicked? Jack got it. There it is. There it is. All right. There you go. So Project Y, it's a how do I want to say this? An organization that's
watch me pull a rabbit out of my hat.
So they are organization dedicated to men's health and wellness. So that these new line of products are coming out very shortly. From what I'm understanding, they shipped already. So we they can't see what I'm holding up, but we got some test samples of it. And so hopefully we'll get some in studio soon and we can start giving them out to our listeners. So that'll be a lot of fun. So see
if I can do it in front of.
Oh, there you go. You throw in front of the camera.
If I can get a little closer.
Get it close up and personal view. There you go.
What colors are your arms?
Project Y. There you go. Beautiful.
Because we like you.
Close-up shot. So check it out. They also do a podcast every other Wednesday called The Ycast. So check that out. If you go to projectynow.com, you can find out all that information, even direct links to their podcast. So very cool. Very exciting.
And they've done so well.
They really have. And last week's episode was phenomenal. It was a really good episode. So they're kicking ass and taking names and helping men all over the country. So go check it out. It's a lot of fun. And then keep an eye out for our products. We'll be giving them away to our listeners as we get them in. So that'd be cool. Be a lot of fun.
Wow.
So tonight.
Well, first of all,
what? Sorry.
I hope everybody had a really good and safe St. Patrick's Day yesterday.
Yes.
If you went out and enjoy or joined in any of the festivities and drank any green beer and had your cabbage and
Corned beef.
corned beef. There
There
you
you
go.
go.
Corned beef and cabbage and all that.
We did that Sunday.
Such good stuff. You know, while my mother was alive, I mean, that was something that they did every year, because actually her and my dad met or started going out. I think they knew each other
Right.
before that, but that was their official first date was on a St. Patrick's Day back in
Oh, that's cool.
the 40s or whatever it was.
Way back when.
Yeah. And yeah, so it's always been a special day in the family, you know, because they always celebrated it when we were kids. You know, it was a big
Right.
day for them. So
Now, how did
Yeah.
they cook their corned beef? Did they do it in Guinness?
no, they're Mormon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Guess
so,
not.
So no. Is that how it's really done?
That's how we did it.
Yeah.
That's what I've heard. That's how a lot of
Hmm.
people do it. They cook it in Guinness all day, and it was actually
Yeah.
it came out delicious this year. It was
Oh,
really
I bet
good.
that would.
I bet our Irish people would know.
Yes, they should.
Tell us why.
Yeah,
How?
Emerald, if you're back on, or if that was just a scolding and you left.
Everyone's like, screw you guys.
Yeah.
You're
I
dumbasses.
said, oh,
Well, because you still
dear.
left it a Patty, so he's going like, screw
Yeah.
these jerkwads. And if anybody
I'm
knows,
offended.
anybody knows why you can't say it that way, I would love to know.
Yeah, that would be interesting. So,
We weren't trying to post racial slurs.
No, we were not.
so I know on our Ghost Squad Scotland channel that we're broadcasting on live, that has well, of course, that doesn't mean they're watching it this hour, even though it's on their channel right now.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
if you're watching it tomorrow, please leave a comment on,
Give us a like.
well, yeah,
Thumbs up.
And
yeah.
give
So
us
what
some
the big
information.
deal is
Yeah.
on Paddy with D's as opposed to Paddy's with T's.
Oh, yeah. That'd be great to know that.
I like patties with
I
T's
do too.
as opposed to patties with D's.
with TTs or DDs.
I like my
I like
patties with Ds.
DDTTs actually. All right.
All right.
Wow. We digress so fast.
We
So this year we didn't get to partake of any green beer.
No.
So what's the next best thing?
Beer in
Well.
green bottles.
There you go.
I don't know.
Which is going to be fun with the green screen tonight.
Oh yeah,
That'll be interesting.
that will be. So we're going to revive an old thing that we've done in the past, and that's the if you remember the guru of the suds, he kind of brought it to our attention to do blind beer taste testing.
He did.
And so, exactly. So we have 3 beers that are bottled in green bottles.
Now you're talking.
Hmm.
We're going to see if Joey and I can guess which one's which.
Yeah.
And what do we get to do to you if you don't guess correctly?
We
What's,
haven't
what's,
thought-
what's the
thought that
prize?
far.
There must be a prize.
Keith really got beat up today already,
did,
so I don't know
did.
what else you could do to punish Keith.
Right.
Look at the color of his arms. It's very clear he's been through something today.
I took a shower.
I know you're not dirty.
Oh,
You're just farmer
sunburned.
tan to hell.
Yeah.
The white stripe
Yeah,
on your
sure,
right
the
arm
white's
is just
coming
a
up,
bit,
yeah.
Oh,
a
that's-
bit aggressive.
Yeah.
So his is much more noticeable than mine. But
Yeah,
It's even kind of crazy about what farmer's tan.
we were out in the desert all day.
Sexy stuff.
All right, so let's we have a lot to get to tonight, so let's get this
Oh, yeah.
going here because we have a shit ton of stuff to talk about. So, our other topic tonight is the dark side of St. Patrick's Day, or St. Patty's Day, as we changed it to now. But we got some cool stuff coming up for that. But we always start with the beer, so we'll start with their beers. Lindsay poured them in no particular order.
Oh, so I wonder if we're supposed to what's the word? Shorten? It's not hyphenate. Well, Saint,
Oh,
you know,
Yeah.
is it supposed to be ST period when you use Paddy after it?
I don't know. Now,
Does it have to be Saint spelled out if you go Saint Patrick? But if you go Saint Paddy, does it need to be ST period PADDY?
in Utah, then it means street patty, doesn't it?
that's just making my head hurt.
I don't know. I just hope we didn't offend anybody. We just want to have fun.
Girls just want to have fun.
But we fixed it, so we're good.
We did. We
Everything's
did.
better.
And we could only not, or we only couldn't fix it on
Facebook.
Facebook.
But we can tomorrow.
Yeah.
We'll change it.
They have a 30-minute rule. So if it's within 30 minutes of going live, you can't do any editing.
I wonder why that is.
I don't know.
I'm
What
sure it's a
number is
stupid
this?
reason.
Oh, I see. This is number 3.
Numeros Treso.
So number 3, I need to put the number facing me.
I can tell you what that one is from here. I can smell
I'll think it's beer.
I think it is. You are correct, sir.
It's probably skunky.
It's rolling.
So we got 3 beers. We're gonna try. They're probably all gonna look very, very similar.
They should all look like beer.
Yeah. Yeah, but there's different. All the beers we've done. There's different clarities of beer. There's different, colorations and.
Got your psychic beers and your
This one has bubbles.
bubbly beers.
This one's got a lot of bubbles.
Too shy.
It's nice and cold, and it sounds really wonderful.
Oh, that one's got a lot of head.
Oh, a Headley beer.
You don't have any water to clean your palate, though, Joey.
I don't.
You have any soap to clean your mouth? Soaping.
Smart water.
That's awfully big. That's a big.
So color-wise,
Very
this one
similar.
might be a little darker, but not when you hold them up.
Where's my laser pointer?
A lot more bubbles on the heady one.
It's amazing that the green screen can work through that.
Well, they're not green. So.
No, but I mean the fact that we can see through the
Oh
glass.
yeah.
So cool.
Very cool.
Technology is awesome. Just
Cool technology.
You like that Van Gogh behind us?
how does Van Gogh?
I don't know.
Standing up most of the time. It's an original.
This
Is that a Van Gogh painting or just a Van Gogh interpretation?
Well, it's just what AI come up with.
Oh, it's his style.
it's an AI interpretation, right?
Got it.
Oh,
Arts.
this is confusing now. One's got a lot of head and one doesn't.
Ruh-roh. How are those from the same class?
Number 2.
I've got a number 2.
I'm smelling some skunkiness going
Oh,
on here.
wow. They're all really.
I know. They're really close.
I just made
Wow.
that one.
So, I smell the skunk.
Right? You can smell it. Yeah.
So I think I know which one is number 1, but we'll see.
Show the bottles.
So these
of course, they disappear.
clear bottles.
That's not a green
So we
bottle, you
got-
son of a bitch.
Got Heineken.
That's awesome.
We got Dos Equis and Peroni.
Nobody recognizes any of these bottles.
No, because they're
This
not.
should have a bend in it or something, shouldn't it? Peroni's.
I don't know.
Never mind.
That's funny.
Why? What's a Peroni?
Thank you, Lindsay.
Bye.
Thank you. You haven't heard of Peroni's disease?
Yes.
Okay.
That's so funny. They just disappear. They just thank you.
Thanks.
Good old church key.
Water's here. So
All right, you're good to go.
without any further ado,
Ring dang dang goes a trolley.
let's partake of number 1.
Number 1.
I'm going to have water first, though.
Okay, you should have water first.
Feeling parched.
Cleanse that palate. Cleanse that palate, which really doesn't do shit. But hey, we've been in the desert all day. We need to hydrate, especially now that we're drinking beer. Oh,
Yep. I'm already deciding what this one is, but
Well, cheers.
cheers. Yeah.
All right, let's see. That's
I'm
weird.
almost sure.
Now you're not sure. It doesn't taste as skunky as it smells, right?
That's what threw me.
All right. That's interesting. Okay. Now, because I thought I was sure, but now I'm not sure.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Number 2.
Cheers.
2. Cheers.
Hey, no skunk.
Shit, that's going to be hard.
Pepe Le Pew.
That's going to be hard. Shit.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard. I don't know. Because I thought I was sure on the first one.
I was too.
All right. Damn it. They're all very similar. Come on now.
I really thought the Dos Equis would
Right.
be very different, but
And so it was.
No, even smell, they smell the same.
And so it were, a day in the desert ruined the palace for me.
Right?
We can't taste shit.
I think Lindsay pulled a fast one.
I think she did too, because all three of these are very similar.
They're all Miller Lite.
Fudge. God damn it.
Not one of the choices.
That's not. Man, that's tough. Oh, Christine, we hope you feel better.
Oh,
Christine's not feeling well.
well, that's no fun. I was sick over the weekend, and I didn't enjoy myself. So please give her our love and our best. All right, back to one.
God, I just don't know. I'm confused now.
The water's not doing a damn thing.
What's going on? Okay. I'm good on one. I'm going with it.
What is
Well, I'm going to go with the same one I thought was for one, just because of the smell.
it? What is it?
Not going to reveal it yet.
Well, what the shit?
I'm gonna try two again. Let's see.
Pretty sure I'm.
Really, number two?
Two's tough. Two's a tough one. Damn it.
2 and 3.
And one as well.
No, I think we got one. Two's a tough one. All right, I got mine.
I think I'm ready to.
I got mine.
So, you want me to go my order first?
Yeah,
And
tell me
then-
your order and I'll tell you mine.
All right.
And then we'll look at those after we both guess.
From left to right or right to left?
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
Wrong.
So I've just-
I don't actually know.
It's funny. That's exactly what I was going to say.
Is that right?
I'm not kidding you, because this one, the middle one.
Well, shall we see if we're right on one? Because that was the one that we really thought was number one.
First
Well,
identify your number.
should we show it to the
We should
audience
see your
first?
numbers, yeah. What's your
And
numbers
then
on
we'll
your,
look at it.
We can't see the numbers on your glasses. Oh,
Number 1.
that's hilarious.
Yeah, so we got that one right.
So Heineken, we were right.
I keep turning the wrong direction.
You got it.
There we go.
You got it.
Okay.
Okay. Good job. Yay.
And then
The middle-
we say Peroni's.
Your number
is,
two is your middle glasses, right?
number 2.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Are we correct?
No. Nope.
No, we're not.
What?
You're both fired.
Oh man, really? I've never
Wow.
had that, but I've had Dos Equis
But that
most
doesn't,
recently.
that doesn't taste like Dos Equis, though.
So number 2 is Dos Equis?
The European version.
Yeah. It's the European version.
European blend from Canada.
No, it doesn't. That's so weird.
No spicy.
God damn it.
We failed.
Flipping on our way.
Miserably.
We know our Heineken.
Yeah, we know Heineken. Oh, man, that's terrible.
You know, it's cool. Not like you guys are doing.
Because I think we
podcasts
could
about
mix
beer.
them all in the same glass, and
Nobody expects you to.
They don't
react.
taste the same?
yeah, I
Yeah.
think it would be a fine beer.
Pour them together.
Probably.
See what happens. I like a good
It's like a
chemical reaction.
science project.
Oh yeah. See if they start bubbling and lighting up.
2 has an aftertaste. I don't remember Dos Equis having an aftertaste.
You
But
don't?
no.
It's called Dos Equis.
No, but not a
It's 2 flavors.
It's
It's
not
not
a-
means.
it's not a beer taste, but it's I don't know, it's almost like a
Doesn't Dos Equis translate to aftertaste or second taste?
I don't know.
Because Dos is 2 and Sekis is clearly in your mouth.
it's actually Dos Equis.
Dos Equis
That's dumb.
Especial.
That's the proper way to say
What's a
it.
keys here?
A
Come
key-
on,
a
Google
key-
Translate.
A key is here, yeah. But
So 2 here.
it's-
There's two.
Maybe.
Let's find out.
All right.
Let's Google
Wait, I'm
it.
still confused.
You should be.
So really, Dos Equis was
Number
number 2.
2,
Okay.
which is the last one,
Yeah.
which is not the third one.
Hmm.
When I drink beer,
Oh, it's the Spanish name for the letter X.
I said
Duh.
this. X, so it's 2 X's. Just like on the bottle.
Just like on the bottle.
It's like a fucking treasure map.
Wow.
So smart.
I feel dumb.
You should. I don't. I didn't know.
You're still not buying it, are you?
He thinks you're lying. She could have misplaced her
I
tape.
don't know.
I don't think so.
We'll need a fresh bottle.
No, we're good.
Okay.
All right.
Loser.
We failed that one miserably, folks. That's
I'm a loser.
100%. God damn.
Well, we have
I'm
3
blaming-
fine beers here to be sipping on,
Partaking.
and then there's more
Extras.
for us.
There's extras. Jack has his whiskey in there, so he's good.
Cinnamon whiskey.
Yummy.
So what do we got?
All right, so let's talk about the dark side of St. Patrick's Day or St. Patty's Day.
Dark side.
I could have a dark side.
I never really thought about it, right? Until you started sending me the shit. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, that's interesting.
Is it a
There's gonna
serial
be
killer
a-
thing or what?
No, it's not. It's
What's the dark side?
We're
Sith-
going to tell you.
Sith Lord?
We have,
Bag around
We
your
have a
case?
PowerPoint.
we have a PowerPoint.
Fuck to the end.
And we have a new cover on it
We do.
within the last half hour.
It's on the bottom, Jack. In the middle screen on the cameras, if you bring the middle screen in. There you go.
That's the
it.
one.
That'd be it. All right. So what do we
Well,
go ahead?
so he's really fast.
He is fast.
So anyway, so this first slide is not saying that Dracula is an Irish, thing, but
Folklore.
yeah, it's not Irish folklore. But the author, Bram Stoker, yes, who wrote Dracula, is from Dublin.
Interesting.
I think I'll read that.
I didn't know that.
Though Dracula is primarily associated with Transylvania,
Wow.
his creation is rooted in Dublin.
What?
Thanks to the literacy genius of Bram Stoker. Published in 1897,
Dracula.
and it's still just as powerful today. Dracula introduced the world to the iconic vampire Count Dracula,
Uno.
a character inspired by Eastern European folklore and the dark supernatural elements of Irish legends. Stoker's vision of a blood-sucking fiend
Wow.
has since become a cultural phenomena. But his Irish heritage and the Gothic atmosphere of Dublin undoubtedly influenced the chilling narrative of immortality, seduction, and terror.
Now you're talking.
Hmm.
So there's more.
So it's not an Irish thing, but
So that isn't. But the Banshee.
Ooh.
So
Ooh,
do you want the Banshee?
I could do the Banshee.
All right.
You
so-
would.
So the Banshee is one of the most haunting figures in Irish folklore. She's known as a spirit or fairy whose mournful wailing foretells death in a family. Interesting. The legend of the Banshee dates back to at least the 8th century. 8th century. God damn, that goes
Wow.
back a long time. And has been passed down through generations of Irish families, particularly among the ancient clans. Let's explore her origins, appearance, and some chilling personal encounters.
Oh, please do tell.
Did you have a personal encounter that I don't know of?
I don't know, but I have a question,
Her
though.
origins.
Please. Did we cover the Banshee on our zombie episode, our first one?
We did. We did.
I think we did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No shit. We did. Okay. We did.
Yeah.
It's all coming back to me now. All right. So the word banshee comes from the Irish being.
That's why I gave it to you.
Sedai. I think it says Sedai, right? Sedai?
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know how to pronounce that. just tells you how to pronounce banshee. Doesn't tell you how to pronounce the other thing.
What's up with
Meaning
that?
woman of the fairy mound. In ancient Irish mythology, Jesus Christ, the fairy folk were believed to inhabit the mounds of Sadie, whatever, scattered across Ireland. The banshee was considered part of the supernatural race tied to the land and fate of certain noble families. Originally, it was believed that when a person died, a woman would sing a lament at their funeral to honor them. The banshee's veil is thought to be a supernatural extension of this practice, her cry serving as a ghostly warning that death is near.
Pound it, brother.
Right.
So, are there any tells that people have any personal experiences?
Yes,
of
there
the
are.
banshee? That's what we need to talk about.
That's what we need to talk about, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, personal encounters. This is interesting. The Wailing on the Hill, County Clare. A family in County Clare in the early 20th century reported hearing a strange wailing sound outside their home late one night. The sound grew louder and more piercing until it seemed to echo through the house. The next morning, they learned that a close relative living miles away had died suddenly in his sleep. The family was convinced the banshee had come to warn them. Well, shit. There's not much they could have done then, huh?
Were they right?
They must have been right.
Didn't help a lot, did it?
No, it did not. All right. So the woman at the window, County Cork, a lot of counties here. A young woman in County Cork, recalled a night when her grandmother was gravely ill. As the family sat vigil at her bedside, they heard a soft sobbing sound outside the window. Looking out, they saw a pale woman in gray cloak standing beneath a tree, combing her long hair. The figure slowly vanished into the mist. The grandmother passed away an hour later.
Wow.
So if you see a banshee, you're screwed. Or somebody you know is screwed, basically, is what you're saying. Right. Should I continue? You want more stories?
What's the silver comb thing?
That's interesting. All right. So a teenager in County Meath, I'm assuming you say Meath, claimed he found a silver comb on the road while walking home one evening. When he picked it up, he heard a piercing scream from a nearby woods. He dropped the comb and ran home. That night, his grandmother died in her sleep. His mother later told him that taking the silver comb from the ground was believed to summon the banshee curse.
Oh.
So he killed his grandmother with a
that's
silver
the way
comb?
to That's the way to, make your son feel good.
For picking
You
up
killed
the
your
silver comb.
grandmother.
Yeah, thanks for picking up the comb, Dick. How was he supposed to know that?
Man.
If only he had read the lore.
Oh, recent encounters. Look at that.
Oh, there's more?
There are. Just in 2020, a man in Belfast reported seeing a hooded figure standing near his grandmother's house shortly before she died in 2020. 2021, a farmer in County Kerry described hearing an earthly scream coming from the hills the night before his brother died suddenly of a heart attack. All right. I don't want to hear a banshee.
All right.
That's
Well,
kinda-
let's just not start calling our counties what they, let's don't say County Maricopa
Right.
or
Yeah,
County
exactly.
Pinell or any of those.
County
I think
Santan.
we'll be safe here in the States. Let's go on to the next one. The leprechaun.
I've heard a lot about leprechauns.
While modern interpretations of the leprechaun often present them as whimsical and friendly, these mischievous fairies have a darker side rooted in Irish mythology. Traditionally, leprechauns are depicted as solitary cobblers, guarding pots. Yeah.
Are you reading?
Guarding
off of that?
pots of gold hidden in the end of rainbows. However, they are also known for their trickery and cunning nature. Those who seek their treasure may find themselves ensnared in a series of perilous challenges. The leprechaun's capriciousness. There you go. And the potential for misfortune add a layer of danger to these seemingly harmless creatures.
You must solve my Rubik's Cube if you want my pot of gold. They're after me, Lucky Charms.
And so we did actually cover leprechauns on our gnomes.
We did. Yeah. Now that I
Episode.
remember. We had a freaky looking one too in the picture.
Oh, yeah.
Not like the skeleton one you got here.
So the origins of the leprechaun. So the word leprechaun
Leprechaun.
is thought to come from the Irish term lucrapon, I guess, or lithripagan.
What the?
I don't know.
Interesting.
Meaning small body or half shoe.
He's
This
a cobbler.
reflects the leprechaun's reputation as a cobbler,
Bam.
shoemaker to
okay.
the fairy folk. So that's a cobbler is a shoemaker, eh?
For
I
fairies.
guess. For fairies.
He makes
Okay.
fairy cobbles.
Leprechauns are part of the Aussie. I hope that's how you say it.
Wow.
Supernatural race of fairies.
Oh.
In Irish mythology, they are believed to descend from the ancient Tutha de Danum.
Where they come from down under.
De Danum. Danon. There's no M in there.
Interesting.
Okay. The mystical pre-Celtic gods of Ireland, after the Tutha de Danum, there's no M. De Danum. See, I can't do it. Never mind. Were defeated and forced to retreat into the mounds and hills. The leprechauns took up residence underground, becoming elusive tricksters and guardians of hidden treasures.
Wow.
Do we have any personal encounters? with
Let's
leprechauns?
see.
I know a really
Oh,
short
we
guy.
do.
I know a really short guy.
So, of course, this would probably be one of the most famous. Pot of gold.
Num, num, num.
So leprechauns are believed to hide their gold at the end of a rainbow or in a secret underground location. Some say these treasures come from the ancient gold left behind by, the Dananons. Wouldn't you know, there's an actual group of people by that name? I thought I was done saying that word. Dananan. All right. Or from the spoils of battles long forgotten. The idea of the pot of gold reflects both Ireland's deep connection to its ancient Celtic history and the enduring human fascination with hidden wealth and luck. Encounters. I missed that. The leprechaun in the tree.
Oh, there you go.
From you know it, County Louth
Or Elf in the Shelf.
or Louth. Either way. One of the most famous modern leprechaun stories comes from Carlingford in County Louth. In 1989, a man named P.J. O'Hare claimed to have found a small suit of clothes, complete with gold coins, hidden near a well-known fairy ring. He also claimed to have heard faint laughter and whispers. After O'Hare discovered Carlingford, began holding an annual leprechaun hunt where participants search for hidden gold coins around the town. To this day, some locals insist that the area is home to a small population of leprechauns. It's almost like an Easter egg hunt.
Right?
That's fun.
Fun. Yeah,
Uh,
I just saw County Kerry. County Kerry was on my story too.
Oh, that must be a fun place.
Yeah, I'm not going there. They got banshees and
So
leprechauns.
let's see what they have to say about leprechauns in County Kerry. An elderly woman in County Kerry recalled a childhood memory of seeing a small man dressed in a red. No, he wasn't dressed in a red. He was dressed in red
Okay.
near a stone wall on his family's farm.
Santa Claus?
And it's not a him, it's a her.
Fair enough.
So let's recap. So this person, now we know is a female, saw a small man dressed in red near a stone wall on her family's farm. Okay, there we go. He was hammering a shoe and singing softly. When she called out to him, he smiled mischievously and disappeared behind the wall.
Pound it, brother.
Little bastard.
The next day, the family's milk supply was mysteriously spoiled. That is pretty mysterious. I want to see what this one's about.
Okay.
Because it's the missing shoe. County Meath.
Oh, I had a Meath too.
Another fun place.
Another fun place not to go. That was the Silver
So-
Comb episode,
Hashtag Meath too.
right?
So a man in County Meath reported waking up one morning to find one of his shoes missing. Days later, he saw a small figure in a green coat running across a nearby field, holding the shoe. He chased after the figure, but it vanished into thin air. A week later, the shoe was found sitting neatly on his windowsill. So it was a pretty,
It was a happy ending.
yeah. It wasn't a bad leprechaun. He just had a foot fetish and liked to smell shoes or
Right.
something.
I thought you were going to say the shoe was next to the silver comb.
Now you're talking.
Or it was on the dead grandmother.
That's horrible.
All right, one more with leprechauns, and it's the laugh in the woods. And this is from County Donegal.
Okay, don't
Yes,
have
that's
one
how you
of
say
those.
that.
Don't have
I
one of
know.
those.
A group of hikers in County Donegal
There you go.
reported hearing high-pitched laughter and soft tapping sounds coming from a grove of trees. When they approached, they saw a small figure in green darting between the trees. One of the hikers swore she heard the sound of tiny bells, little tingies, as the figure disappeared. I know. I've got chills.
They're multiplying. Didn't we have, wasn't it Joe Thompson that we had on our show that talked about fairies when he was over there? Somebody we had on
Yeah,
our show
somebody
talked
did,
about
huh?
seeing fairies.
Remember when we had Joe on, he talked about that possession that he
Yeah, but I thought he talked about fairies too. I don't know why. Because I never knew shit like that existed until I started hearing stories from people.
Well, and Mike the Naked Bigfoot would let you know that they're real too.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
He talked about it. So anyway, here's a really important thing to talk
Okay.
about before we leave the leprechaun lair. So what happens if you catch a leprechaun?
Oh, what happens?
Legends say that if you manage to catch a leprechaun, he will offer you 3 wishes or lead you to his hidden gold, but only if you never take your eyes off of him. If you look away even for a moment, he will vanish, often laughing as he disappears.
I hope his pot of gold's close.
I was hoping for something a little more dramatic than that.
Well, you know,
That was all right.
I'd take a pot of gold.
Hey, this is a good one.
Why do you give me all the shit I can't pronounce?
That's a Dolahan.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay.
Yeah. So we have our version of that here. That's the Legend of Sleepy Hollow.
Sleepy Hollow, right?
Yeah.
So I'm not going to try to read that, but I can read this because I think it
All right.
pretty much says the same thing, right? Almost.
Yeah, it's worded differently,
Yeah.
but yeah.
So the Dolahan is also known as the Headless Horseman. Is one of the most chilling figures in Irish folklore. Unlike the mischievous leprechaun or the sorrowful banshee, the Dolahan is a truly terrifying presence, an embodiment of death itself. When the Dolahan rides, it means that death is near and no one can escape his gaze. All right, so the origins.
Yeah, where the hell did this dude come from?
Exactly. So Dolahan means dark man or black one. The Dolahan is believed to be a remnant of the Celtic god Duba, whatever it is. I don't know fucking say this shit. Dark crooked one is what it means. A fertility god who demanded human sacrifice in the form of decapitation. How rude. In ancient Ireland, King Jesus Christ.
That was not the king.
King of Kings. What do you mean?
King
Not of
Tiger,
Ireland, though.
Tiger Mouse is said to have introduced the worship of Dub, whatever that is, Jesus, during which human sacrifices were performed to ensure a good harvest. After Christianity spread through Ireland, Dub was
Who wants a solid education than that?
and the memory of these sacrifices may have lived on in the form of the Dolahan. So the Dolahan essentially became a personification of death, riding through the countryside to collect the souls of the dying. So he appears as a headless rider. The Dullahan rides a black horse with glowing eyes or drives a black coach pulled by 6 black horses. Interesting. Carrying his own head. That's awesome.
Gross.
He holds his severed head high, using it as a lantern. The head is said to have the texture and
Fucking
color of moldy cheese or decayed flesh. Its mouth is twisted into a ghoulish grin that touches both ears.
Ugh.
I think we saw some of that today. Dullahan's
We
head
did.
sees across vast distances and pierces through the darkest of night. He carries a whip made of human spine.
Of course he does.
Eyes like burning coals, a black cloak,
And a partridge.
and a death coach.
Sorry.
Interesting.
A death coach?
Death coach.
Like a guy who teaches him how to kill? Or
Yeah,
like a four-wheeled wagon.
A four-wheel wagon. Like
it makes it worse than just, come on, get in there and rip his head off.
like a carriage.
You can do it, buddy.
All right, let's go to County Kerry again, because Kerry seems like a fun place.
That does.
Where's Ichabod?
So that's in Sleepy Hollow.
Yeah.
Ichabod Crane.
Isn't that the Headless Horseman?
Yes.
That's our version.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
This is the Dillahan.
Never
Or
mind.
Dullahan.
A group of travelers in County Kerry were walking home one rainy night when they had heard a sound of a coach behind them. When they turned, they saw a large black carriage drawn by 6 black horses. The driver was a headless man holding a severed head under his arm. One of the travelers yelled at the figure. The Dullahan turned toward him, raising his whip. The man who had called out fell dead on the spot. The others scattered, and when they looked back, the coach was gone.
Wow.
That's County Kerry for you. Interesting stuff going on there. Oh, another county meat story.
Oh, let's
gotta
check
do
that
that.
place out.
Yeah. So a farmer in County Meath, another farmer, was driving his cart down a dark road when he saw a figure on horseback approaching. As it came closer, he realized the rider was headless. He turned his cart around to flee, but the Dullahan cracked his whip when the farmer's horse dropped dead. Interesting. The farmer fell unconscious and was later found by a neighbor. His hair had turned white overnight. So how do you protect yourself against a Dullahan?
So he's really cracking his spine.
Yeah. Well,
If his whip was this made of spines?
It is made. It's made of human spine. It said so. So how do you protect yourself against a Dullahan? Is there a way?
I
Don't
don't
live
know.
in
Does
Ireland.
it say?
It does. And this is where it'd be good to know a leprechaun, because despite his terrifying power, the Dullahan is said to have one weakness: gold.
Oh,
That's his weakness. A gold coin or even a small piece of jewelry can cause the Dullahan to flee. Some believe that this stems from the ancient Celtic offerings of gold to appease spirits and gods. In one tale, a man flung a gold coin at the Dullahan, causing him to scream and vanish into the night.
just don't take the girl.
Don't take the girl. And we got some recent sightings. Look at this. 2021.
Wow.
Yeah. A farmer in
really
County
recent.
Wexford reported seeing a headless figure galloping across the field during a full moon. The next day, his neighbor was killed in a car accident. Okay. In 2015, a man in County Sligo
Now you're talking.
reported hearing hoofbeats outside his house, followed by a loud knocking at his door. His father passed away the next morning. It sounds like the Banshee, though, right?
It does, yeah.
A little like the Banshee. 2010, County Cork again. Here we go. Claimed to see the headless figure riding a black horse outside her window the night before her brother died. It's all seems like, sure, that's not the Banshee story again.
Everybody there's hammered.
Right? It sounds like it. So, Dullahan's bad news, too.
The headless horseman came for my daddy.
All right, what's the next horrifying character?
Well, that would be the Wolfman of Tipperary. Tipperary. Tipperary.
I know the
Just
agent of
temporary.
Tipperary.
Tipperary.
Tales of the
Tipperary.
Wolfman.
All right, I'll read it.
Tipperary.
Shush. In the region of Tipperary, tales of the Wolfmen persist, depicting beings that can transform from human to wolf. These shapeshifters are steeped in lore, often associated with witchcraft and curses. The stories describe terrifying encounters with these creatures who roam the countryside under the cover of night, preying on livestock and in some accounts, even humans. This legend highlights the primal fear of the beast within the ancient belief in the coexistence of humanity and the supernatural. So what does that sound like to you? Sound like a wolf man, or does it sound like something else we know about here in the States?
We know about shapeshifters.
Yes. And what are they also called?
Skinwalkers.
There you go.
Thank you. Good clue. I'm not very good at charades, but that was good. That helped.
Yeah. Okay. These sound more like skinwalkers than werewolves, but
Interesting.
so
I do have a question about one of our guests, or Pamela says, "Hello, Ghost Squad, Scotland from Arizona."
that's a coincidence.
Are you from Arizona, Pamela? Because that is an awful coincidence that we're also from Arizona.
We are. We stream on several different on 2 different YouTube channels. So, and Ghost Squad Scotland's one of them.
All over the world.
So, yeah, we have fun. So Chris is a buddy of ours. If you watch his stuff, his channel, and he comes on occasionally.
Yes, he does. All right.
Let's talk about these
Tipperary.
because I'm really worried about this word right here.
Oh my God.
I'm going to say the Legenoch Pheland. Phelod. Legenoch Phelod. Okay.
I love it.
That's the Wolfmen of Tipperary. So one of the most renowned werewolf legends centers in, I was going to say it again, Legenoch Phelod, believed to be the ancestor of a tribe of werewolves linked to the kings of Ossory, an ancient kingdom encompassing parts of present-day County Kilkenny. Really? Kilkenny? That's what it says. Okay.
That's what it says. Kilkenny.
Kilkenny and County Laos. I wouldn't want to be Kenny if I lived in that
Right.
county. But according to a medieval Irish text, Legenoch Phelod, as his descendants possessed the ability to transform into wolves at will. They were formidable warriors who offered their services to kings in exchange for payment, which according to some accounts was in the form of human flesh.
Oh boy.
The practice led to their fearsome reputation as mercenary wolf warriors. Modern witness accounts. Cryptid descriptions. Why does it say that? I didn't really need that part. I'm going to skip right to here. It says Tipperary wolfmen are described as werewolf-like creatures with glowing red eyes. That sounds familiar.
Yeah. It does.
In one account, 2 15-year-old boys reported encountering a man with a bear-like head. Doesn't sound like a wolf.
Nope.
Upon noticing them, said, "Don't talk to me, little shits." Some speculate that these beings could be wild men rather than the traditional werewolves.
Okay. All right.
All right. I say a bear doesn't look like a wolf.
No, but skinwalkers.
Yeah, well, skinwalkers can
But
change
known
into
where.
anything.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
in some folklore, the Folklore, I'm going to say it that way, are viewed as guardian spirits who protected children, wounded men, and the lost. This perspective portrays them as benevolent beings rather than malevolent creatures. All right, here we go. Here's some encounters.
Okay.
Not quite as recent as you had. So this is from 1913.
Oh shit.
In 1913, an anonymous witness reported seeing a peculiar creature near a train station in Ballymockford. While details are sparse, the sighting contributed to the lore of wolf-like beings in the area. Wow, that's exciting.
That is exciting.
The bareheaded man incident. And again, takes two 15-year-olds to do all this. So this is another two 15-year-olds, boys even.
And bears.
And, well,
Boys
see
and
if
bears.
these ones are. Let's see.
Bareheaded.
So these two 15-year-old boys recounted an encounter. Okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah. I just don't know that I've used those two words that close together before. So, with a man possessing, a bear-like head. Upon noticing the boys, the creature reportedly said, I just read that. That's why it sounded familiar. Why did it put it on there twice? Don't talk to me, you little shits. All right. Pack sightings.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Leave
Wow.
leave those little shits alone. Okay. Several eyewitnesses. No, I'm going to start that one again too. Several eyewitness accounts suggest that these creatures were not solitary, but traveled in groups or packs, often moving in pairs of more. Pairs
Or more.
or more.
Of
Yeah.
more? Pairs of more.
I like it.
It's been a long day.
These accounts, while limited, contributed to the enduring mystery surrounding the Tipperary Wolfmen. It's just a Tipperary thing, blending history narratives with personal experiences. And then this is really important, this note that it says right here. It says, just so you can sleep tonight, if this is upsetting to you or whatever. It's important to note that while these legends are integral to Irish cultural heritage, contemporary evidence or verified encounters with such entities are virtually non-existent.
Well,
The enduring fascination with werewolves in regions like Tipperary and Ossory underscores the rich tapestry of Irish folklore and its ability to capture the imagination across centuries.
Well, thank Christ, because I wasn't going to
I
sleep
know.
tonight.
I was worried. Goodness sake. Oh, you get a fun one.
I get a fun one. Can I pronounce any of this shit?
I don't know. We'll see.
Thanks, Dan.
Yes, we are murdering the Irish words. Oh, it's only going to continue.
We're Scottish. What do you expect? Oh, yeah.
The Hag of Beara, Yogi Bear, is one of the most enduring and powerful figures in Irish mythology. She's
beautiful.
She represents the Gaelic? Yeah. The ancient crone goddess associated with the land, weather, and the cycles of life and death. The Hag of Beara is particularly tied to the Beara Peninsula in County Cork. All these counties, man? They're horrible. Where her presence is still felt in the landscape and local lore. Interesting. You can drink to that one?
I'll drink to that.
God, I got to know how to pronounce this word because it's repeated like a million fucking times in this thing.
Seems when I had earlier. Cleared all the phlegm out of my throat. I'll do that.
So she is said to have lived through 7 periods of youth and been married to 7 husbands. As each husband died, she aged further, representing the natural progression of time and the cyclical nature of life. When her final husband died, she became a withered crone and was eventually turned into stone. She holds a magical stone that allows her to control the weather and the tides. The Beara Peninsula is home to a large boulder known as the Hag's Seat. Interesting. Which is believed to be her final resting place. Legend says that she will rise again when the stone is overturned or when the land needs her. So what does she look like?
I don't know if she looks like that.
I believe
she's
so.
Pretty
I believe
disgusting.
that's-
Not that one.
Well,
Don't go there.
So she looks like a stooped old woman with a deeply wrinkled face. Yeah, that's kind of got that.
Mm.
Wearing a tattered cloak,
Yeah,
often said to be made of the skins of wild animals.
I can see that.
Her eyes are described as sharp and piercing despite her aged appearance. Her staff is said to be made of gorse or blackthorn, and she uses it to stir the sea or summon storms. Interesting.
She left her staff home on that,
Yes, it's not in that
on,
picture.
on picture day.
Could be under could be under a cloak. You don't know.
Sure.
Interesting. So one of the most famous legends attributes the creation of many natural landmarks in the Beara Peninsula to the hag. So she creates land. She is said to have dropped rocks from her apron while walking through the mountains, forming a rugged terrain.
That's a big apron.
That's a big ass apron. Some say that when she washes her cloak in the sea, it causes waves to rise and churn violently. The hag is believed to have shaped the cliffs of Moher and other coastal formations through her immense strength. The Lost Ring.
The Lost Ring.
This is a well-known story of the hag losing the golden ring in the sea near Beara. It is said that if the ring is ever found and returned to her, the hag will rise from her stone form and reclaim her youthful beauty. I don't see any beauty in that. Some fishermen and divers have claimed to see the gold glint beneath the waves near Dursey Island, though no one has ever retrieved the ring. Oh, she messes with the weather, too. Ooh, the hag is blamed for sudden storms and poor weather along the western coast of Ireland. Fishers believe that seeing an old woman on the cliffs was a warning of bad weather. In some tales, the hag would test the bravery of sailors by appearing as a storm or rough sea. If the sailors survived, they would be rewarded with calm seas and good fishing. If they fled, the hag would curse them with misfortune.
What a bitch.
Oh, modern day sightings. That's funny. It says modern day sightings, but then it goes back to the 1930s. So let's go to modern day sightings here.
All right.
Oh, the Lost Ring reappears in 2011.
Well, that's pretty recent.
Right? A diver off the coast of Beara claimed to have seen the golden ring embedded in the rocks beneath the waves. When he reached for it, a powerful current pulled him back. The next day, he returned with a team, but the ring was gone.
Oh.
Yeah. 1982, a man walking his dog near Dursey Island claimed to have heard a woman's voice chanting in Irish during the storm. He described the voice as ancient and powerful, but he could not find anyone nearby. That night, the fisherman reported seeing a figure walking on the water towards the cliffs before vanishing. Interesting.
Is there a disclaimer on that one?
No.
The end?
No. Well, there might be.
Oh.
I want to go back to the 1930s
Yeah.
sighting.
Okay.
So an elderly fisherman from Castle, something like that, claimed to have seen an old woman standing on the cliffs during a storm. He said that she raised her staff and the storm immediately died down. When he approached the spot where she had stood, there were no footprints on the wet earth. Interesting. The prophecy of the hag's return. According to some versions of the legend, the hag of Beara will awaken when her ring is found and returned and the sea rises to reclaim her stone seat. Or Ireland is in its greatest time of need. The idea that the hag might return to restore balance and protect the land reflects the Irish belief in cyclical nature of time and the enduring connection between land and its spirits.
Well, I'll be.
I don't know. I always wanted to visit Ireland, but I'm not so sure now. Oh, my God. Very interesting.
Well, we have one more.
One more.
Holy
shnikey.
The Lady of the Lake. A moistened beak.
No, I have actually heard this. I've heard this legend before. It's amazing.
Oh, the Lady of the Lake. The Lady of the Lake is a mystical figure. I shouldn't call her a creature.
She's a creature,
She's a
all right.
creature of, okay. Mystical figure found in various cultures, but in Irish mythology, she takes on a uniquely eerie role, often associated with water and the supernatural. She is said to inhabit lakes and rivers, bestowing gifts of or curses upon those who encounter her. In some tales, she, I think it's disappearing on me. She appears as a beautiful maiden, while in others she is a more sinister presence, luring unsuspecting souls to their watery graves. Is it virtual? Was the ow? That word disappeared in the water.
It totally disappeared.
Anyway,
The duality.
Dualities. Okay. The duality of her character, both benevolent and I'm going to assume the other one is malevolent, mirrors the unpredictable, and it washes away the rest of it.
Or
I think it's
the unpredictable
actions
lure
of
of the
water.
water.
I think it's that, or was it war?
lure of the waters.
How the hell do you read that?
With my eyes and my ears and my
You got
nose.
special eyeballs.
I got special eyes.
We're blind.
Man.
And there it is.
So there you have the Lady of the Lake, her origins.
And in both situations, she takes her top off and screams at people.
The goddess of Boan, I guess, or Boyin.
Boing.
I see it two different ways. Boyan or Boyin
Now you're talking.
is the goddess of the river Boyin. She created the river when she defied the sacred order of the well of Sigase, I guess, causing the water to burst forth, and it created the river Boyne. Okay, like the Lady of the Lake, Boyan embodies the power and danger of water as a source of life and destruction. And I'm not going to even attempt this next one. So I'm skipping that because.
Yeah, I would skip it too. I would 100% skip that.
I want to see these stories and legends. So the Lady of Logur, one of the most famous Irish Lady of the Lake figures. Oh, it comes back to that frickin' word I wanted to escape the first time. Figures of Logur. I told you I didn't want to say it.
Pound it, brother.
Local legend says that appears on a midsummer's night, walking the shores of the lake and brushing her golden hair. So she must be a beauty. In one tale, a local farmer saw sitting by a lake, singing softly. Now I'm crying and I can't read now. So. Okay. When he approached, the bitch smiled. And offered him a drink from a silver goblet.
Now you're talking.
The farmer refused, and she vanished into the water. The next day, his crops flourished, and his cattle produced more milk than ever.
Wow.
Oh. Okay. Okay. Now, this is why it sounds so familiar. So this is the same Lady of the Lake that we hear about in Arthur's sword.
Just because some moist pink.
Just some moist pink loves a scimitar.
Suppose I went around saying I was pink. Just because some watery tot would savor me. They put me away.
Watery tot. Anyway, yeah, so that's her. Is said to have gifted a sacred sword of noble warrior who defended her land. A sword was a sword.
Strange women lying around in ponds distributing weaponry is no system from government. Supreme power.
Was coming from mandate from the masses. Okay. Well, because some watery tart loved to scimitar you. Okay.
Bloody peasants.
Oh yeah. Gotta love
We
it.
have derailed.
The warrior promised to return the sword to the lake after his death. Did Arthur do that? Did he?
No.
Probably not.
No, he did not.
When he died, his sons searched for the lake but could no longer find it, leading locals to believe Hang had hidden it beneath the water. Oh, didn't we do something on Low Neg before?
The Knights who say knee.
Let's go to modern eyewitnesses
encounters.
accounts. Okay.
Holy shit.
Oh golly. 1975. A woman of Logur. A local man reported seeing a woman in a floating white dress standing at the edge of Logur one evening. I hope I said that right. She was brushing her hair with a silver comb. There's that silver comb. I knew it was going to come back again. And humming softly. I like it when they hum softly too. When he called her out, she looked toward him, smiled, and slowly walked into the water, disappearing beneath the surface without a ripple. The next day, the man discovered that his normally sickly cattle had produced a full yield of milk.
I said boobies.
Oh, wait, here we go. How about the singing lady?
Hey, Rocky.
1992. And here we are back at Logur again, though. A fisherman at Logur claimed to have heard a woman singing in Irish from the water's edge during twilight. He described her voice as mournful but beautiful. As he approached, the singing stopped, and he saw a ripple in the water. Later that week, his normally empty fishing nets were full of fish.
Wow.
She sounds like a real catch. One more. The silver goblet. This is in 2010. This is the most recent that I've seen so far. A man walking near Logur claimed to have found a small silver goblet on the shore. He took it home, but after a string of bad luck, lost money, sick cattle, et cetera, et cetera.
Dinner was full.
He returned the goblet to the lake. The following night, he dreamed of a beautiful woman thanking him, and his fortune soon turned around. I think that's a beautiful ending.
That is a beautiful ending.
So, a conclusion on the Irish lady.
Is there
of the
another
lake.
slide though?
Probably.
Oh, there it is.
Ah.
Different conclusion though.
Well, let's use that conclusion. Then everybody can read along with us.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
Can you read it okay?
I can read it okay. There's a rainbow through the middle of it, though.
It is. So, conclusion, these myths and legends of Ireland encapsulate a rich tapestry of storytelling that reflects the fears, beliefs, and values of its people. From the blood-sucking Count Dracula to the mournful Banshee, each tale carries with it a weight of history and the echoes of ancient traditions. As we explore the chilling narratives, we are reminded of the enduring power of folklore. I can read that through there, to provoke fear, wonder, and a deeper understanding of the human experience.
Wow. All I have to say is if any of our Irish family watching has been offended by any of the way we've pronounced some of these words, please say something in the comments how poorly we did. And And maybe you can put the phonetic spellings in there of how we should pronounce.
I want to go back and put some of this into Siri and really understand how it's said because God,
They speak English for God's sake, don't they? It's the English language. I mean, I'm sure they say the same thing about us. So. But we love our Irish people. I'd love to go to Ireland. I really would.
Rosie O'Donnell's there.
she is.
I wouldn't visit her, but
Just you know,
I don't even know how you say that name. Seriously.
found it out. Use
No,
your fingers.
I'm good. We're done.
Okay.
Anyway,
hey, that was fun.
that was fun. That was exciting.
We had some good beer,
Good beer.
good green beer.
Good wrap up to the day.
Oh, yeah. I'm so excited to share with everybody what we've been working on. I know it's a while out because when you take 2, 3, 4 days to come up with maybe 3 or 4 minutes worth of video.
It's wiling out though.
Yeah. It'll be good though.
It's going to be worth the wait.
Big and sweet.
100%.
And with that,
I'm out of beer,
I have enough
But-
for a toast as well.
but we do
I
have
got
to,
more
we
than
have to toast as we get out of here. So
Yeah.
we have more to open. So we might do some
I'll
editing.
just finish it.
We might do some editing here next. So all right, guys. Well, until next time, it's been the truth about beer and
It's St. Paddy's, never Paddy's.
that's right.
St. Patrick's Day or St. Paddy's Day, but never,
But the dark
Patties.
side of
but the dark side of the PDD, PADDD. Why?
Now you're talking.
I think I spelled it right.
sounds good. All right, guys. Have a
Cheers.
great rest of your week, and we'll see you next week. Cheers.
Cheers.
Welcome to the truth about beer.